Hey guys, it's Michael and welcome back to a new video on my YouTube channel. Right now from the brand new Calisthenics Concepts gym, and in this video I want to talk about a very important topic for all athletes, especially for calisthenics athletes, and this is shoulder health. On YouTube you can find many tutorials on mobility and stretching exercises that help you to cure shoulder injuries that you already have. But in this video I want to start one step further. So we will take a look at techniques that you can use in your training to avoid shoulder injuries in the first place. So make sure to watch the full video to see the techniques and apply them in your training, so you are not the next athlete that needs to stop training because of shoulder injury. So have fun watching the video, tell me in the comments if the techniques helped you, and yeah, see you at the end of the video again. Guys, short disclaimer before we start the video. If you already have shoulder pain, please don't ask for medical advice in the YouTube comments section, because you won't find good help here. If you really have serious pain, go to a physiotherapist or visit a doctor and get professional help. So the first technique that I want to talk with you about is a technique that I sadly rarely see in calisthenics parks and also in the gym, because this technique is so easy and also so logical that actually every athlete needs to use it in all exercises. And the technique is that you need to properly stabilize your body against gravity. And stabilizing your body against gravity, especially in calisthenics, comes for all upper exercises always from the shoulders. And what I exactly mean with that, I will show you in a few examples. And the first example I like to show you are regular bodyweight dips. So, if you are in a support hold position on a dip, you can let gravity pull your body down, which will look like this, or you can stabilize your body against gravity. And by that I mean to bring your shoulder in a strong, depressed position. So you're actively bringing your body up against gravity. And this you continue during the whole dip. You keep your shoulders in this depressed position. So while you go down, your shoulders are away from the ears. So you can do it like this, which is bad for shoulders. Or you can do it like this, with a strong depression during the whole movement. The first example that I showed you was dips, and in dips it's pretty important to stabilize your body with a strong, depressed shoulder position. But the same is actually also true for vertical pulling motions like pull-ups. And this is something that you really barely see people doing correctly, because every athlete that you can see in the park or in the gym is losing his scapular depression during a pull-up, especially in the top position. And what I exactly mean by that, I will show you again in the following clips. And now, so you have direct comparison, I will start in the wrong way and then show you how you can easily fix it and and get in the proper pull-up position. So, wrong way, and then you depress your shoulders, bring your chest up and your shoulders down, and now you're in a stable position and you have secured shoulders and will most likely don't get injured. In the first part of the video, we talked about the difference in dips and pull-ups from elevation to depression, but that is only half of the truth, because in all horizontal exercise, it's not only about elevation and depression, but we also need to talk about retraction and protraction. And actually there again, it's pretty logical. On the most pulling exercises, you stabilize your shoulders in retraction, and on the most pushing exercises, where your body is pulled down in this way, you stabilize your shoulders by protracting them. And again, to really make it understandable and show you how it looks like, I will give you some examples from skill training and basic training, so you guys know what's going up and you guys can adapt these techniques to keep your shoulders healthy. Is the front lever, because the front lever is one of the elements nearly every calisthenics athlete wants to learn. So let's take a closer look about how to properly stabilize your shoulders in this calisthenic skill. So, and as most of you already noticed, the proper way to stabilize the shoulders is by retracting them. So if you are in a front lever position, retract the shoulders. So we just took a look on horizontal pulling levers like the front lever, and the same principle applies also to levers which are more located in the push part. And for this, I want to use the planche as an example to show you again how important it is to stabilize your body against gravity. And this time, since it's a pushing exercise, we don't bring our shoulders back together, so we don't retract them, but we are pushing them up, so we are going in a protraction. And again, at first I show you how it's not supposed to be, and then I try to show you the motion that you need to do to make it look properly and to bring your shoulders in a stable position. For that I'm using a tuck planche position. So, we start in the wrong position, shoulders are retracted, and now we are going up. Wrong, right. I hope that you can notice the difference. Most of you might already notice that only focusing on elevation and depression and protraction and retraction is again only half of the truth, since we don't live in a two-dimensional world. Because if I am in this position, my shoulders also will go forward, since it pushes my arm in this direction. So it's not only enough to protract, but the truth is that you at the same time need to depress. And for the pulling exercises, it's the same thing. You need to retract and depress, because otherwise your front lever will look like this and your planche will look like this. So, to close the gap between these movements, let me show you again a few examples with focus on depression and protraction for pushing exercises, and focus on retraction and depression for pulling exercises. So let's start right away with the planche. So what I'm gonna do on planches is I depress my shoulders and protract my shoulders. And if I have that position fixed, then I go up. And I have my shoulder in a stable position all the time. Same procedure for front levers again. We are not only going to retract our shoulders, but simultaneously depress them. So we're going in the front lever position and then depressing and retracting. And to make sure you have the position fixed, I recommend you to get in the right shoulder position before you go in the front lever. So shoulders down and back, and then up. So now that you understood the principles of stabilizing your shoulders, you can easily apply these principles to all other exercises that you want to implement in your plan, like rowing motions. And on rowing motions, it's the same. Stabilize the shoulders to the back and down, and then row. The difference here is that you can make your shoulders move a little and start here, and then readjust the position each rep to have full range of motion. And of course, the same principle applies also to pushing exercises like push-ups. So now I'll show you the same principles on a push-up. Depression, protraction, then let your shoulders move on the way down. You go up, protraction. Because otherwise your push-up will look like this. Wrong. The second part of the video won't be over the shoulder positions, but our upper arm position in the shoulder joint. And what I want you to take care of is avoid unnecessary internal rotations in calisthenics or in general in weight training exercises, because